Hi guys, it's the 25th episode of Promptsquad, and this month our prompt was still live. Suggested by our own Promptsquad member, Troy, Art of Troy. So I really loved going back to this traditional art practice kind of idea as a prompt, even if what I made wasn't so great. So I'm really selling this video, aren't I? But yeah, I'll whiz through this, what I made this month for the Prompt Squad, and then delve into the real meat and potatoes of the video, which is what all the members made this month. So I wanted to really kind of take a step back with this one and kind of go back to the typical still life technique, if that's even a thing, and kind of just stop and sketch something from real life very quickly. So for this one, I kind of forced myself to just spend 20 minutes, and then I sped up the footage so you can see, how it is, and it's not as dull to watch. Not as dull to watch. It's like, promotion 101 this, isn't it? So yeah, I got out some soft pencils and I kind of just focused on areas where there were strong darks and lights in the view, basically, to give a feel for this mini setup that I've made on my desk of just random rubbish that's scattered around my room. A lot of this stuff is handmade, which I thought might be a little bit forgiving while I was sketching, but inevitably I did make a mess anyway. But then I realised how much of a nightmare as well that this faux birdcage lamp I made was going to be about 5 minutes in, so no turning back by then. And yeah, it was a lot of fun though. I mean, I just like doing a scribble for the challenge, to be honest. Back when I studied architecture, we did a lot of walking around towns, and you do free sketching of buildings. You just stand there in the cold and draw people and buildings. And yeah, I kind of miss that. I kind of like just standing somewhere and drawing for a bit. Hopefully, with it being spring and it's starting to warm up and getting a bit more light, there's going to be a lot more opportunities to go and draw and paint outside, which I definitely prefer. So yeah, I can't wait for that. And yeah, this is what I made. I'm gonna leave it here because my voice is going. I'm sorry guys. But I'm gonna show you the rest of the speed draw and how it all came together. And then I'm gonna come back and show you off all the wonderful art that you guys created. So, firstly, we have the creator of this month's challenge, Troy. Now, Art of Troy went a whole step further than me and also rendered up his still life, which I love to see. All the colours and textures that he brought into his piece really brought it to life. Oh gosh, all the puns here. But yeah, those pumpkins as well. I was so happy to see them again. You know, who needs to wait for autumn? Let's just put pumpkins in all our art. I love it. I think it's really well done. Nadya took the prompt a way that I wasn't expecting, but I was really glad to see, because using the watercolours really gave her piece this very gentle, like soft feel, and I think that matched beautifully with the subject matter of the ornament and the like memorial piece almost, and also using this restricted colour palette of these earthy and natural tones. I think it kind of makes it feel structural, like a sculpture in a way, and I think that matches the two together really lovely. Emily, I think, had a similar idea to me and kind of forced herself to just sketch for 10 minutes. So she drew these tasty banana unanas in pencil. And what I love about it is this mix of shading and line weight that she's achieved, even in such a small amount of time. Like those banana freckles? I feel like there's probably a name for what those are, but yeah, those little freckles, they're all like, you know, in the thinner line, and then you've got that smooth overall shade with a soft pencil. I think it's really lovely techniques in pencil to see. Carter's piece was also within a circus challenge, so you've got to go over to his Instagram, like everyone's, and go check out everything that he's made this month. But yeah, what I especially like about his one is that he uses this really wonderful colour scheme that really pulls you back and makes you think about like traditional circus illustrations. And I love those rich colours and the fact that it's just black, white, red. It makes you think about playing cards and magic, and you don't even need the subject in a way because it's all bringing you there through every element. And I think that's really cool. Plus, that pop of blue on the hat really like draws your eye across the image too. It's really good. Dave created such a cool piece for this month's prompt. I honestly had to look at it twice to work out which one was the real one. I love this rectangle technique that he's developed here. It's like a kind of pixelation art, but at the same time, there's this randomness in the sizes of the pixels, which kind of makes it a bit jarring. It kind of makes you feel like you've maybe drank a bit of that wine. But yeah, I love how Dave's kind of often playing now with these smaller elements and then creating much larger images from them, like with the dots in the previous ones, and now with these like pixelated squares. It's really interesting. I really like how it's developing in his style. Tara's painting this month is just, I feel like I overuse the word, but it's just so beautiful. Her atmospheric style is so unique and recognisable at this point, and I love how she blended that even into this prompt. I wasn't sure how she could do it, but she did. My favourite thing about this illustration is how Tara picked a smaller character to feature with this typical still life scene, because it's kind of a fun way to play with scale, and you kind of bring the still life into this background role. Like it's just really clever. I really like this idea, and I think it's beautifully done. Far Photos joined me and Emily in kind of this traditional classic pencil still life idea with her table scene. And what I love about hers is how she's brought this still life into the art itself and kind of not produced just a lovely drawing, but also some really lovely photography. We don't really see much photography in like this kind of sense, I guess. A lot of people do lots of very good photography for Promptsquad, but you don't get to really kind of focus on it. You focus more on the art. So I really liked how Far Photos kind of brought both elements into her ones. And yeah, these swooping lines of how Far Photos draws is really beautiful. It really brings all the elements together really nicely. And finally, Halumpa is back. Yes! I was really happy to see that Halumpa took on this prompt, and even more so that she's kind of pushed the limits of the prompts by incorporating this pop art style with really vivid colours into her illustration. It's like the opposite of what you're going to expect, and she kind of takes that idea and runs with it to create this bright, strong set of characters together. And I just noticed that the flower isn't sprouting in the second one. It's just such a cute detail. I love seeing little things like that after, you look at a piece of art for a while. It's really beautiful. And yeah, that's all the wonderful art that you guys created this month. I think this was a harder challenge in some ways, as we're often kind of all a little bit further than this point, I guess, and we're all kind of expressing ourselves in different styles and really like pushing the limits of where we are. But this is kind of going back to the roots and foundations, and where we're all kind of start off, don't we? We just have a pencil, we just start drawing something we see in person, and just see how it turns out. I really liked kind of going back to that. But now, let's find out what our next prompt is going to be. Thank you so much, everyone, for suggesting even more prompts with the wheel. And if you have more ideas, don't hesitate to message me them or comment them so I can add them onto this crazy-ass wheel. So, let's fill the wheel up and get it going. Oh. Okay, it's going to be Nadya. You got lucky there, Nadya. I thought last month you would have gotten it. That's good. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of hoping for this one since the moment I read it. So, the next prompt is create a piece of art inspired by architecture. Maybe you could try your hand at illustrating a full-on building, or explore some architects that, are interesting to you. Or even, I don't know, you could pull an element from architecture too, maybe like a roof sculpture or some beautiful stained glass. I don't know, I'm really excited to see what everyone's going to create for this. I feel like there's loads of ideas built into this one, so I'm really excited. Okay, so the deadline for this one is going to be April Fool's Day, no joke. It's going to be April 1st, and I'll try and get the video up that week. So make sure to come and see what everyone made this month. Please, 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 because everyone puts lots of work into it. And yeah, it's my favourite part of the month, so please don't miss it. And as it's at the end, before I go get a cup of tea, I just want to say thank you everyone so much, not just for watching, but also for when you participate in Prompt Squad. It always makes me so happy to see what everyone's been up to and catching up. It kind of forces me to catch up when I've got all the crap on. It's my favourite part of it, and I love seeing what everyone's been up to. And even if you weren't able to create something for this specific prompt, if the next one interests you, just come join in. Just, add Prompt Squad on a tag. I'll find it. You can't escape me. And I'll add it to the next video. And yeah, I just hope it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to this one. I hope you're all doing well, you're taking care of yourselves, and you're enjoying this start of spring. Hopefully it'll start warming up soon. I hope you all take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!